Modern day gypsies.
Yeah,
Modern day gypsies.
For me, it's been a great adventure already since, I don't know, June, I think, when the guidance came for Jason, and that I had this opportunity to coordinate the tour for the eastern part first, and now that I am on the road, I coordinate the logistic and the tour, the events and everything, and since the beginning there has been so much joy for me. It's been so intense, like so intensely joyful actually, and I was just putting everything on Facebook, communicating with the hosts or whatever. It was just like, wow, this is so powerful. For me it felt really like coming into my function and like being given this by God, by the Spirit, and just like moving with that, and just really discovering a joy that I never knew before. Something just, it was instantly, I was doing something for the tour and instantly I was feeling this joy, and then joining with Jason or with other friends about that was just really awesome. And now I'm here in kind of a leadership position and just overseeing everything about the logistic and where we go and everybody, like what are the areas and all that, and it's such a teaching for me. Really, it feels so great. It really teaches me to speak up, to listen even more, even deeper to the Spirit, praying every morning. Okay, what do you want me to do? What's the plan for the day? And then joining with Jason in that, and just like sharing what I got, and just joining with a brother to kind of feel out together, okay, that or not that, or just like strengthening the listening of the guidance, and then spreading it out, sharing with everyone. And it's been such a really huge learning for me, and it keeps being. And I just love it. Also there is intense time sometimes, and it feels that there are very deep patterns that are coming up, and so it's like how to deal with everything, how to deal with the emotion in the same time, then just keeping the flow going on, and it's kind of incredible how everything unfolds. I feel just that the collaboration with everyone, we all have a part to play, and it's important for everyone to play their part, important for everyone to communicate and to say what we need to say. It's never about repressing anything, because if there is something that is kept hidden, we can feel it in the bus. There's something that doesn't feel quite right. So it feels that being in this cocoon and pressure cooker in the same time is really an awesome way to just release everything that's blocking the awareness of the love that we are. And that's really in this purpose that we join and that we are together. So yeah, it's really a wonderful adventure. And it feels that the main thing to remember is always the purpose, why we are all together, and that holds everything. All the expression or all the emotion, it's like we can trust that we will work through it because of the purpose that we all share. And it's just awesome.
What is that purpose?
The purpose, healing the mind. And this story is really about that, about collaboration, and seeing how it's important to collaborate, and how we want to keep our individuality or sense of personal something, and protecting even, or I can see that for myself. This protection mechanism, I can see that, like, sometimes delegating something is like, oh, but it was me, I was supposed to do that, and it's like, oh no, it's okay, I can let that go. But it's like, oh no, it was my joy, why was so happy to do that. I want to keep doing it. And just like realizing that there is a bigger plan than that, and it's not about doing it. And if that is given, there's something else that's coming. And so it's always making room for other plans or for something even better usually. So there is never anything that is lost. It's always just gain, and always it feels including even more. Like being in this bus, it feels like we have family everywhere. It's like, oh my God! So yeah, it feels really great.
It's a delightful situation to be in when you work with people. Everybody's just getting along, where there doesn't seem to be anybody forcing anything. I have to do this or that. Nobody's pushing their own ideas on. It's just to collectively accomplish the overall goal. I've worked in some situations like that, and it's really gratifying to do that. It's gratifying to have the people that you can do that with.
Yeah. It's very strengthening.
And there's a safety too that comes, you know, from being
Right.
able to express your feelings and know that someone's just meeting you at your innocence, witnessing the truth of you back. And, you know, the more that I express myself and my deeper fears, you know, of expressing anything really, but to share angry thoughts or attack thoughts, and not to be attacked back, you know, it's really powerful place, and it just is healed by the love that is held in that space.
I worked for about 7 years on the social committee for a church because nobody ran the committee, because I kept saying, yeah, I'll do it again the next year, and eventually I said, no, I'm done, you know, after 7 years. But I worked with a bunch of, it was mostly ladies, but I never, you know, anybody who had an idea, we had an event every month, a family event, and then an adult event. And whatever anybody suggested, we just all went for it, and everybody pitched in, and it just came off without a hitch. And nobody, you know, nobody was trying to say, no, nobody ever said, no, that's not what we should do. We always just built on the suggestion and moved ahead. It was a wonderful 7 years. It's been an example for me of, you know, I don't know if I ever found it again in the world, but, because there has to be a willingness on everybody's part to do that. You know, you can't. You were talking about leadership, and it's difficult to. Well, it's a long time to get people willing to let go of their ego. You know? And I was just blessed to have had that opportunity to work with those, mostly the same people over that period of time.
It's a real opportunity to trust the spirit in the leaders, you know, to really listen to Armelle and to really hear that the spirit is guiding the whole journey, and to be willing to trust that, even if I go, oh, I don't know about that, you know, but to really trust. It's deepening my experience of trusting myself, actually. You know, I'm just learning through having a reflection in form of the spirit. I'm learning to trust it in myself, and that's really powerful.
It's funny, I was thinking it was a long time before I started in the spiritual journey, you know, studying all these texts and all that. I was completely intellectual about this stuff. It just happened. And I think that's what most other people would. It just happened to come from some philosophy.
Experiencing it in life.
Sometimes that's where we get the ego gets in, and we're like, well, that's not the way it does in the Course in Miracles. So you're supposed to do it this way. So that's just the ego talking to you in a different way.
And to be able to put that aside and say, okay, I trust the leader, the spirit has chosen Armelle to be our guide, and to, you know, to really trust. That's what holds us all together, actually, and then we all fall into our function, and the flow occurs, But it really starts with Armelle, Jason and Armelle. They hold that position of the Spirit. You know, they're the ones we've chosen to be the voice for the Spirit, and we can just link in with them and play our part, and then it all really flows with communication. Like, it's not always like your experience of...
Well, it probably wasn't that either. Yeah, but the good parts.
We're willing, we are willing, but we also speak the, no, I don't feel it, or no, actually I don't want to do it. You know, and then it's like, okay, yes, but, or and I'm feeling this, and we just let it bubble up, you know, the melting pot, the fire. And eventually we all just come into alignment, and the one voice is speaking through us. And that's the joy. It really comes alive in that place when we are one. We're expressing the one. And then we can come like here and share that, and we join with you in that. Yeah. Yeah, it's beautiful.